Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learn Biology with Dr. Priyanka. Today I am going to talk about a detailed explanation of the element, molecule and compound and various aspects related to it. So let's proceed. But before beginning my subject today, please subscribe my channel Learn Biology with Dr. Priyanka so that you will get all notifications of my upcoming videos. Now let's start. What is atom? As we know that atom is the basic building block of any type of matter, that is solid, liquid, gas and plasma, and we know that any things that occupy space are made up of atoms. Matter as those substances that occupies space as well as volume. In today's lecture, I am going to talk about detailed explanations of atom, atomic structures, model related to atomic structures, atomic mass, molecular mass, molar mass calculations, electronic configurations, quantum numbers, etc. in very detailed manner. Apart from that, various general information that have been included in this video will help in the preparation of various competitive examinations like CSIR, NET, JRF, ICMR, DBT, JRF, GATE, and Life Science, GATE, Biotechnology, various MSc entrance examinations as well as various medical entrance examinations like NEET, CBSE. Apart from that, it will also help in the preparation of general knowledge of various administrative examinations. So here I am talking about atom. So here we can say that any types of matter that occupies a space are made up of atoms. Atoms cannot be broken using any chemical strength further. So there are four states of matter that has been defined, that is solid state, liquid state, gaseous state and plasma state. In solid states, particles are tightly packed, they are hard, they maintain fixed shape, that's why they are called solid. They are highly chemically bonded and maintain a specific shape through vibration. We can take example of ice that are arranged properly. In case of liquid have definite volume and it takes the shape of container in which it is placed. We can take the example of water. In case of liquid, we see the movement of atom molecules and atoms are free. They have entropy. But in case of gas, they have neither definite volume nor definite shape. They are volatile in nature and movement of atom molecules occur. They are more freer as compared to liquid and they have more entropy as compared to liquid. Another form of matters are called plasma. In plasma, they have neither definite volume nor definite shape, but plasma is often seen in ionized gases. They have free floating negative electrons and positive ions in this state. We see providing heat on solid state, their chemical bond break and it convert into low entropy. After increasing heat, their atoms move freer than, and after increasing heat, electrons strayed off from the atom and they got ionized, and that stage is called plasma. So we can say that any states of matter are made up of atoms. So earlier we suppose that matter is a particle that cannot be divided anymore, and so it was considered as very smallest thing possible. But now everyone know that matter is made up of small particles and they have some subatomic particles. These particles are called protons, neutrons and electrons. Protons and electrons possess electronic charges. Proton is positively charged particle while electron is negatively charged particle and neutron is neutral in nature. Now come to atomic number. What is atomic number? Atomic number is defined from the number of protons or electrons present in the atom. Also, for example, in case of hydrogen, we see that there are only one protons in the nucleus of hydrogen. So its atomic number is 1. Number of protons present in the nucleus is 1 and number of electrons present in the hydrogen is also 1. So atomic number is considered as 1. Finally, we can also consider atomicity of the hydrogen, and the atomicity of the hydrogen is also calculated by dividing molecular mass, atomic mass. So in this case, we see that the atomicity of hydrogen is 2 because molecular mass of the hydrogen is 2 and atomic mass is 1 U. So its atomicity is 2. Now come to the properties of various particles. orbitals present in the atom. These are mass, charge, and spin. Mass, charge, and spin are the various important properties of any electron. So here we see that mass of the electron is considered as 1 by 1836 times mass of the proton, that is 9.10 into 10 to the power negative 31 kg, and charge of the electron is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and it has also some intrinsic angular momentum. Similarly, mass of the proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Charge of proton positive, that is charge of the proton is plus 1.602 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Mass of the neutron is 1.674 into 10 to the minus 27 kg, or 1.008 Dalton. So you can say here that some properties are very important in the atom. These are mass, charge, and spin. And now comes to orbit and orbital. Orbital is defined as the probability of the finding or wave-like behavior of electrons in the 3D space. So we see four types of suborbitals. These are S, P, T, F, and maximum number of electron accommodation in S suborbitals is 2 and its shape is circular. In suborbital P, maximum electron accommodation is 6 and it is dumbbell shape. In the suborbital D, maximum electron accommodation is 10 and it is clover shaped structure. And in case of suborbital F, maximum electron accommodation is 14 and it is in tetrahedron in shape. The shape of suborbital S is like that. It can be in X direction, Y direction, or Z directions. Similarly, shape of suborbital P is like that. Px, Pz, Py, and D orbital is like that. F orbital is like that. Tetrahedron. Now come to quantum numbers. What is quantum numbers? Quantum number provides the values that describes energy levels of the electrons in an atom or molecule. Hence, it provides position, movement, or trajectory of any electron. There are four types of quantum numbers. These are principal quantum numbers, azimuthal quantum numbers, magnetic quantum numbers, and spin quantum numbers. We can denote principal quantum numbers with symbol N, angular quantum number with L, magnetic quantum number with L, and we can define the spin quantum number with ms, and the possible values we can put for principal number is 1, 2, 3, 4, where its physical meaning is number of orbitals present in any atom. In case of angular momentum, we can put possible values 0, 2, and minus 1, where n is the number of orbitals and it defines subcells. And magnetic quantum number defines orientations of the orbitals and we can calculate its value from minus L to plus L. Similarly, spin quantum number denotes spinning direction of the electron, that is upwards or downwards in nature, and possible values might be minus half or plus half. Now it comes to electronic configurations. What is electronic configurations? Electronic configuration is systematic distributions of electron in particular orbitals. How we can accommodate electron in any particular orbitals? So we can only accommodate in a systematic manner. So these accommodations of electrons in any orbital is defined by some configurations. These are called electronic configurations. So in case of hydrogen, we see that electronic configuration will be 1s1, where 1 is the atomic number of the atom, because the number of electron present in hydrogen is 1. We see that orbitals may have one or more suborbitals. In case of orbital K, can accommodate only 2 electrons. Similarly, in L orbital we can accommodate only 8, and in case of M we can accommodate only 18. And the formula of accommodating electron is 2n square, where n is the number of orbits. And here we see that first we accommodate electrons in 1s orbital, then electron goes to 2s, then it goes to 2p, then 3p to 4s, like that as seen in this picture. So all accommodations of electrons in any orbital based on above principle. So according to this principle, we see that several atom has many electrons as protons, and we see that no two electrons in atom will have same 4 quantum numbers, and electron will first enter in the orbitals that have lower energy levels, while electrons will fill in an orbital with the lower n values first. So letter S, P, D, F generally defined to classify the spectra into series, but after the knowledge of electronic configuration vibration behavior concept was changed. We see that an electron in p orbital has equal probability of being at d orbital is clover shape because the electron is pushed out 4 times during the rotation, while an opposite spin proton aligns gluons. Dumbbell shape of d orbital is due to 4 points in rotations where some of the forces is not in 3D directions. So in above principle we see that lower energy electrons will be filled first. Now we comes to different combinations of atoms that form different types of substances. Atoms may be homoatomic or heteroatomic. Homoatomics means they have only similar type of atom, and heteroatomics means they have different types of atoms. So here we see any molecule that are form of same types of atoms further form element, while any types of molecules that are made up of different types of atoms and form compounds. So here we see some examples of homoatomic molecules. Take the example of diatomic. These are oxygen, hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, nitrogen. In case of triatomic, these are ozone. Tetraatomic molecules example we can take P4. So here we see that atomicity is equal to molecular mass by atomic mass, as I also told earlier. So molecular mass and atomic mass is calculated as in AMU, atomic mass unit, which is average of the proton rest mass and neutron rest mass. One atomic mass unit is also written as 1 unit, and its value is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. And in case of hydrogen, one atomic mass unit equal to 1. Heteroatomic molecules are carbon dioxide, water, HCl, NOCH4. Now come to differences between atomic mass, molecular mass and molar mass. What is atomic mass? Atomic mass is mass of one atom of any element. Molecular mass is mass of one molecule of any compound, and molar mass is mass of 1 mole of any chemical. So here we represent atomic mass into atomic mass unit or U, and molar mass is also represented as atomic mass unit. Atomic mass is also represented or denoted as atomic mass unit or U, and molar mass is also represented gram or G. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, and atomic mass is represented as atomic mass unit AMU or unit, while molar mass is represented as gram or G. One atomic mass unit equal to 1.66 10 to the minus 27 kg. Molecular mass is also presented as 1.66 10 to the minus 27. Similarly, if 6.023 10 to the minus 23 per mole, the given compound is called molar mass. As simply we can also multiply molecular mass into G. Finally, we see some atoms that have same atomic numbers but they possess different mass are called isotopes. Some example of isotopes are protium, deuterium, tritium. These are the isotopes of hydrogen. They have similar atomic numbers and different mass numbers. Here we see that mass of protium is 1, deuterium is 2, tritium has 3. So they have similar atomic mass. In case of radioisotopes having unstable nuclei, they always emit some radiation. Natural isotopes of carbon, technetium is also radioisotope. They are used to check the blood vessels blockage, while C14 used in carbon dating process. Atoms or nuclei, they emit other particles so that its nuclei get disturbed and its mass also become got less. So here we see there are 3 types of decays are shown here. These are alpha decay, beta decay and gamma decay. Alpha decays are the radioactive decays that releases helium nucleus. Helium nucleus has charge +2 and it has big mass. So here we see that another decay is beta decay, in which they release 1 electron, and gamma decay. In case of gamma decay, no any particles are emitted but electromagnetic radiations are emitted. These radiations are considered in gamma region of the electromagnetic radiations. So if we pass 3 types of radiations through paper, we see that alpha particles does not able to move through paper, while beta radiations move through papers but can't move through aluminum, and gamma rays can pass through all paper, aluminum and lead. So it is very effective radiations. Now come to isobar. In case of isobar, those atoms that have same number of nucleons, that types of atoms are called isobars. For example, 18 argon and 19 potassium, calcium, all 3 atoms have same number of molecular mass, so these all three atoms are considered as isobars. In case of isotones, we see that they have same neutrons, but they have different protons. So in case of sulfur, fluorine, argon, potassium, we see all these elements have same numbers of protons. So all these atoms like sulfur, so we see that all these four atoms such as sulfur, fluorine, argon, potassium and calcium, they have 20 neutrons in their nucleus. So all these atoms are considered as protons. Let's talk about some history regarding atomic theories. First of all, atomic theory was postulated by Indian scientist Maharshi Kannan near 2700 years ago, and they described chemical reactions of atoms. Further, Greek philosopher Democritus gave the term atomos, and that is the tiniest particle of any matter around 454 Christ. And later, Dalton postulated atomic theory in 1880 that describes conservation of mass, law of constant proportions, but considered atom as the smallest particles of any compound, described well the difference between elements and compounds. But he was unable to explain about regarding the various spectral lines of the atoms. Further, various scientists, Thomson, Rutherford, Bohr, Schrödinger, given the models of the atom, and finally, Bohr was very successful in their explanations, and his model was very accepted. And they also described various spectral lines and also stability of the atom. And this is the periodic table, because we should also know regarding various elements where these are placed in the periodic table, and what is their position, number of known elements till date, and how many natural elements are present in the nature. So just for giving some general idea about the elements present in nature, I showed this slide, and here we see the total number of elements present in periodic table is 180 till date, and natural elements is 94. Now come to essential and trace elements present in our human body. We see that some elements are very important for our bodies, and we should take these elements daily in our diet. These are very less in numbers, but they are very important for our body. So these elements are called essential elements, and those elements that are required in very less amount for our body, that elements are called trace elements. Hydrogen, sodium, potassium, calcium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, these are considered as essential elements, while magnesium, vanadium, chromium, molybdenum, nickel, copper, zinc, selenium, iodine, these are considered as trace elements. Here we see that major elements like carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, they are very important for our bodies. They considered or they form more than 99% of total mass of the cell, in some cases 80 to 90% as dry weights. Water is present in our body as more than 70% of the total mass of the cell. So here we see that this slide is very good representation of various element composition in the cell, body, earth crust and entire earth. Here we see that elemental composition of total weight of the cell of oxygen is 65%, dry weight of the human cell of oxygen is 30%, dry weight in human body only 11%. Similarly, we see that elemental composition of total weight of carbon is 18.5%, and its dry weight in human cell is 47%, and dry weight in human body is 62%, and like that. Similarly, we considered in case of hydrogen, we see that it is almost same in all these three cases. And on earth crust, considered about the element oxygen, percentage which is 47%, silicon percentage is 27%, aluminum is 8%, iron is 5%, magnesium is 4%, while another elements are present in 2% combinedly. And the composition on entire earth, we see that iron is present on entire earth is 35%, is 30%, silicon is also 30%, magnesium is 13%, nickel sulfur is 2%, and calcium, aluminum and other elements present combinedly is nearly 1%. So here we can finally conclude as molecules are made up of two or more than two identical or non-identical atoms. Identical atoms are called elements and non-identical elements are compounds. Compounds can be further broken into similar or non-similar atoms, but elements after broken, similar types of atoms are obtained. I hope you like my lecture today. If you really like my lecture today, please like, subscribe and share my channel. And if you really liked my video, please press the subscribe button for my upcoming videos updates. Thank you.